What's going on, man?
Fantastic.
Doing good?
Always.
You had a great weekend.
I had a good, 5-6 days actually.
Yeah.
My long weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We don't have to go super in depth or in detail about what happened, but you had what I would call sort of a cascade of success, what might even feel like an overnight success in terms of what you've been trying to accomplish, all very quickly, just in the span of a couple of days, right? Success with women, being able to
Yes.
pull and do it several times. Now, too much?
That's okay. Continue.
Okay. I'll cut that out. But here's what I'm curious about. Number one, let me ask you this. Okay. How does it feel? Because like you met and actually got results with some really pretty girls, like really pretty girls. One of them for sure an 8+, like beautiful. How does it feel having worked and been working at this for years and working with me for a couple of months, but to actually get to the point where you're getting results and you have the confidence?
So, I mean, I focus on my work and stuff like that, right? But also, I think finding the woman that you want to be with long term, I think that's extremely important.
Yeah.
So there's three things. Just kind of give you my idea on what I think about life, right? The three most important things is what you do, who you're with, and where you live.
Okay.
So who you're with is the most important thing.
I agree.
Most people, I've seen a lot of divorces in my family, my friends, and all different places, right? Divorce is one of the things that cripples men. It actually literally cripples them. So finding somebody that you need who's not perfect, who's compatible with you, has chemistry, is attractive, that's a skill that you got to build. So I've been at this attempting to build the skill set that it takes to be able to attract and find the right woman.
Your ideal woman.
I'm an ideal woman, exactly. And I'll be honest, man. As obviously, I'm charming and I'm charismatic. I'm good looking. I do well, at my work and stuff like that. But there are a few pieces that were missing. I couldn't figure out what those pieces were, and I spent thousands of dollars trying to figure out what those pieces were. Got thousands of hours worth of mentorship. Actually, thousands, tens of thousands, but I won't go there. So, and when I met you 3 years ago in Vegas, there was just a calm, cool energy about you. You were just straight to the point. You have no time to waste. And I'm like, I like that. And we just kind of kept in touch, man. And I met you the first time, I don't remember the exact dates, but September something, right? I came for the weekend. We went out, we had a great time. It was fun, whatever. But that improved me by maybe 2 or 3%, whatever, right? I'm putting numbers out there. But what made that complete shift? It almost felt as if it was an overnight shift. I became super charismatic. My personality became super magnetic. But the core of who I was still the same. I was still goofy. I was still funny. I was still bantering and flirting and whatever, right? But man, what happened? It was just what I kept saying to you every single time we went out, I was like, wow, the best night ever, the best night ever, the best night ever.
Yeah.
And there was one night where I was like, man, I don't feel too good. He's like, dude, you said to me, dude, you're doing great. I'm telling you, you're doing great. Just keep it up. And I just submitted myself completely to the game. And I don't know, man, it's not that something clicked on Saturday. It's that all those small actions that we kept taking, now I'm past the threshold. And then we continued going out, and I was just so cool and calm and just be like, hey, look, just talking to women, and they were attracted to me, and I saw it in their eyes that they were attracted to me. There's no reason for me to self-eject myself because they're into me. As opposed to before, I would leave early because I couldn't see whether they were interested in me. And even now, even if I don't see that they're interested in me, it's not that it's my fault. There's nothing to do with me. They can't recognize value. Well, in fact, this is important. I think it's extremely important, right? Here's what I've been thinking about actually daily. Well, one of the girls was very attractive, and I'm like thinking, why is she not attracted to me? I said, well, look, man, she comes from her mom who divorced her dad. Her dad is a deadbeat. She had no good role models in her life. She doesn't crack over $40,000 a year. She's barely paying her bills. Her ex-boyfriend is absolutely nothing. But remember, very attractive girl, like very attractive. And I'm kind of looking at that going like, oh, it has nothing to do with me. She can't recognize value.
Right. She's used to failing.
She's used to failures. Her mom failed. Her father failed. Her boyfriends failed. Every single person in her life is a failure. Her friends are failures. And I'm talking to her. I'm trying to give her some good game. I was like, look, there's only 3 things that you need. You need nothing else. Read for 1 hour a day, right? A foundational books that are based on truth. Get her on good positive association. You might have to pay for it. And the third thing is go read the Bible. You grew up, I'm not a Christian, but you grew up as a Christian, go read the Bible and ask God for wisdom. Because James, it's not to get the Bible on everybody, but this is important. In one of the verses in the Bible, it says, if you ask God for wisdom, God will give it to you freely and abundantly.
Mm.
Even if he finds fault, he will still give it to you. So you could be a bad guy, God will give you wisdom if you ask for it, James 1:5. And I told her this. And next day I asked him, did you read? No. Oh, did you pray? No. Did you do affirmations? No. I was like, oh my God. Bro, I actually feel, she's an innocent girl, you know what I'm saying? I feel sorry for her. But there's nothing that I can do. I can't force her. Like, by the way, like, I, for real, like, I feel sad, like, bro, like, I feel sad for her, right? And this other girl I'm talking to, not like, she's not like super attractive, but if you saw her, you'd be like, yeah, it's a very attractive girl, right? Dude, she's reading. And she told me yesterday, she's like, look, I want to do this 30-day run with you. She's like, I can't do an hour, but how about if I do 15 minutes? I was like, yeah, I like that. Oh, sure. But she's ready to receive the game that I'm about to give her. So how much I'm willing to pour into that girl, I'll pour everything into her. So you're telling me her life is better? Her life is better within a couple of days spending time with me. Her life is significantly better. She's happier. And that a lot of that could be just me and stuff like that. Even if the relationship doesn't go any further, she has good habits that she's already started on. You know what I'm saying? I told her to read the Bible. I told her to pick up good books. I recommended a couple of books that I think she'd like. So that was real cool, man. But that belief I got was literally from you. Because I'm not gonna lie, because as I get more and more success, right? And I guess I get attached. Let's just keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? As I get attached to these women, especially if they're very, very attractive, I call Cameron like every morning. We talk for an hour and a half. I'd be like, oh, bro, I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't feel 100% today. I don't feel like working, right? Because a lot of how I work, which is immature, I work off energy, right? I feel good. I chill at work. I don't feel good. I just stare at the computer. I just punch a few buttons. And I talk to you about that. That actually makes me feel better because you put the right paradigm shift that I need to be able to think about things the proper way. So yeah, it was a cascading effect, and a few shifts did happen. But I think the most amount of growth happened in the last 5 days, as I understand that. Wait a second, it's not literally approaching women. There's so much more than that to maintain a relationship.
The growth happened in the process of actually going out and learning all the micro lessons, right? And then they connect in your mind. And then again, so what's happening is you were succeeding the entire time. That's why I was saying that to you. But the results come when all the growth and those things actually connect, right? When the foundation is fully formed and the structure is there in the mind, the way you carry yourself, the way you talk, your behavior, knowing how to go from open to close and doing every little step. And then you have this completion of the game, and then the results just flood in, right? So the only thing stopping you now from getting more results and meeting your ideal woman truly is the amount of action you take, because now you have the game. Does that make sense?
Wow.
So it's like when you know how to make money, the only thing stopping you from making money
Is doing that.
is making money.
Wow.
Yeah. So like whenever you know how to make money, you can print it. And whenever you have the game, you can just abundantly pull women into your life on demand. That's why I call it meeting women on demand.
That is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That really, it gives me a lot of comfort knowing as I move to the future. Because, dude, I think, yeah, guys will make money because they're focused on that and economic pressures and everything. But I think when it comes to finding your spouse, I think 99% of guys struggle with that.
Yeah.
They settle for a girl who's not, bro, because, like, I look at some girls I've met, right? Some of them are 100% into me. I could marry those girls. Like, they're so into me, right? As opposed to the girl who's a 9, she's kind of into me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she'll help me out when she's free or she's feeling down and stuff like that. But that's not but most guys would settle for that girl.
Yeah, they'd just be happy to be with a 9.
If that girl saw, like, hey, here's how I live, here's the things that I see, oh, she'll be more attracted to me. But what if she wouldn't be 100% committed? Like, totally into me. I mean, you don't want that. And some women are just like that. They can't see and recognize value.
You want a woman who's choosing you.
Also, I don't think it's fair because I think a lot of guys watching this, I think they haven't even passed the first basic step of approaching.
But you know what? Okay, let me ask you that question though.
Yeah.
You've had rapid progress.
Yeah.
Do you realize how fast you've progressed? Remember this. We had a conversation, right? You call me, you're out. You're at a hotel or something in Vancouver and you're campaigning. And you call me because you have crippling approach anxiety. When was that? That was in September.
Bro, you know what's crazy? It was like September 10 or something like
that. That was less than 2 months ago.
The thing was,
that was less than 2 months ago. And you just went on a run of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, bro, that is crazy fast. You're right.
That's really fast.
Now, I want to say something though. I could approach fine, but I can't approach it direct, right? I could approach like open-ended questions, be like, "Oh,"
but that's not really approaching though.
Then see, then yeah.
So
Okay,
see what I'm saying?
Fine. Okay, fine.
You know what I mean by that now, right?
Yeah, but somebody with my skill set and things that I've done, just some like things that I've seen, the places I've traveled, right? You would look, people look and be like, "Wow, this guy is called, like they say suave." It's like young kids call it suave. Oh, this guy's confident the way he moves. Bro, I still have a lot of approach anxiety. I had a lot of approach anxiety.
Well, okay, so you're extremely socially gregarious.
Okay.
You're a social butterfly.
I agree with that.
You can converse with anybody.
That's
You
right.
can get along with all kinds of people all over the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do.
You have universal interpersonal communication skills.
Okay.
That is different than seduction.
Fascinating.
That's a deep point that I just made. Seduction and being social are not the same thing. They don't translate into each other. Like, I'm less social than you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to socialize with whoever. I just don't like to.
I know.
But
it's not.
but I'm a seducer. Like, that's what I'm a seducer. I'm
Okay.
Casanova.
Yeah.
And that's why we have so many guys in the program who are extremely successful businessmen.
That's right.
Which means that they know how to talk on the phone, written communication, handling interpersonal communication in meetings, cold sales, networking. They can go to events, chop it up with anybody. That's not seduction. The world of sex and mating is very different from the world of corporations and money and
vibing,
right, peer-to-peer communication.
Exactly.
It's a whole different world. There's a red velvet curtain. It's almost a little bit taboo to even talk about.
I noticed that, but now I'm thinking logically, why? This is so important.
It's extremely important.
But why is it so taboo to talk
It's always on everybody's mind.
Women and men.
Correct.
But isn't that crazy?
And it's one of the most coveted things in the world, having a beautiful marriage, children.
Yeah, and for some reason, we just brush under the rug.
Yeah. But when you learn it, bro, this is what makes learning the game so powerful too. There are so few men who are legitimately seducers that when a woman meets a man who's actually developed those qualities within himself, it's irresistible. Because it's what they want. And you're just giving it to them, right? So the game is about knowing what women want and giving it to them. Approaching them the right way. Dressing the right way. Taking them to the right venues. Having a conversation and an interaction and a date the right way. The woman's experience of you as a man, the woman's experience in the process of seduction is the magic, it's the hypnotic thing that makes them open up to you emotionally, submit to you mentally, open to you physically and become turned on and eventually fall in love with you. But just because you have really good business skills in communication doesn't mean it's going to translate into seduction.
Man, I was talking to a guy the other day, right? And he said he's going through a divorce and he makes a lot of money. Like, bro, like, it crippled him. It emotionally crippled him.
Yeah.
Like, his business just barely hung on.
Yeah.
But that's so many guys, man. The strong, most charming guys, you look at me like, holy shit, that guy's amazing. Bro, a bad marriage, it would wreck you. And what you teach, Cameron, isn't necessarily approaching, even though that's what you do and you do it fast and you do it aggressively. It's how you need to behave in a relationship and the frame that you need to take. For example, the attractive girl you're talking about, you were very like I sent some very aggressive messages. To me, they're very aggressive messages. But to you, be like, just trust me, just say this. And I was like, are you sure? Every message you would send me, I say, are you sure? To you, right? They're like, are you questioning me? I sent it. Okay. And then I would ask you like a simpy question, but I think it's valid. But I'd be like, bro, what are the chances you message me back, right? Oh, very high, very high, right? And then she texted me back. I was like, yo, Cameron, she texted me back. She's like, what'd I tell you? And it keeps happening. So, bro, the biggest thing I tell guys is just listen to you, man. They don't understand what's in front of them.
Yeah. Well, you know what it boils down to is just understanding women, right? Which you gain through experience and study, pretty much. And the game is real, man. You know what I mean? Like, the game is real. Like, you want to produce a certain result with women, just learn the game and trust in the game. The game is real, right? It's like the gospel. Like, you have to believe. If that makes sense. And I just learned the game, right? And I devoted myself to learning the game and getting the experience and understanding it and getting the wisdom and having mentors and doing that. So if you submit yourself to a process of learning the game, then you can get the results that you want. Here's the crazy thing to me, right? I could not, and I've been doing this for 10 years, I could never imagine being a man who didn't have the game. Like, I imagine you feel immaculately different than how you felt like a couple of months ago.
Oh, dude, it's actually a day and night difference.
It's life changing because you can actually get what you want on demand. It'd be like, could you imagine being a dude who didn't know how to make money, could only rely on jobs, and only rely on low wage jobs?
Oh, wow.
He's on Monster submitting 100 applications
Oh, wow.
to make $20 an hour.
Oh, yeah. No,
right?
That'd be rough.
It changes your reality. Like, it changes your experience in life.
Yeah. Once you understand it, you just understand it.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. It really is. And people say, yeah, it is power.
It's like, you know for a fact that if a guy learns certain things in the business world, he can make a certain amount of money. Will he make hundreds of millions? Maybe not.
A lot of that's on luck.
But he'll make money.
Yeah, he'll have the skills to make money, sure.
That's how so guys who are sad, going through a divorce, breakup, lonely, inexperienced, dude, you can change that, right? Like you can meet your ideal woman or whoever you think your ideal woman is. And here's the thing. Get married and have a child or two. You know what, man? Sometimes people change. And you can only know someone to a certain degree, even if you understand the game. There's always a risk that you should not be afraid of. Because if you have the game, then you can replace her.
But it also keeps her more secure because she's like, oh, this guy has options.
Yeah.
When women find that attractive, that'll actually make them want to stay.
It keeps them on their toes.
Yeah. It keeps them healthy and fit. Yeah.
It makes them not get complacent.
Exactly. She's still serving you.
She needs to keep you.
There was
the worst position you can be in is a position of scarcity and desperation. Because the woman knows.
She smells.
Oh, 100%. And she will use you, abuse you, cheat on you, drain you, not respect you, not make you feel like the man. It'll beat your self-esteem down. It will wreck your life financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, your time.
I know.
Not knowing the game is one of the greatest vulnerabilities that you can have. I would put it equal to, if not greater than, not being able to make money. Like, you have no control.
I would agree with that.
You have no control. You can't reproduce. You can't get a quality partner who respects you and loves you and adores you. You don't have satisfaction. You don't have options. If you don't have money, it's all the same things. You don't have options. You can't do what you want when you want. You're at the mercy of your boss. You're at the mercy of being hired. But these things, regardless of how tall you are, regardless of your race, ethnicity, where you live, These things are learnable. The game is here to be received if you will turn yourself over to it, just like turning yourself over to the principles of making money, right? So if you're struggling in this area of your life, it's a choice. But you have to be humble enough, and you also have to have enough willpower to actually do this. Because is it easy? Was it easy? It's easy now. I remember you texted me that day. You were like jumping for joy. You were like fucking excited, charismatic. You're like, brother, yo, this is easy, bro. You're like, oh, I'm on this date, bro. Oh my God, we're about to go back home. This is easy. And you're in the group chat telling everybody, and they're all like, oh man, he's killing it. He's killing it, because they're not doing it. And I feel like, I wonder if they fully believe you.
What?
I wonder if they fully even believe you. You know what I mean?
So
Because like, you know what I mean though?
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Would you have believed it?
Low key, bro?
Maybe yes, because it's in this group, but like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh,